Hey Cloud Gamers, and welcome to the Cloud Gaming Stream channel, your destination for all things cloud gaming. Today we're having a look at Naraka Bladepoint on GeForce Now. You can see here I've got the 1080C rig, and we're also looking at the new stream stats. You can see I've got a great ping here of 12 to 13 milliseconds. The stream is pushing 60 frames per second, and I have put the gameplay settings on max, but there really isn't a lot to it right now. Also, you can see that the Nvidia highlights are active in game, so all of your kills in game, if you enable it, will be saved to the Nvidia highlights gallery in the GeForce Now client. This is very useful for capturing all those kills and going back to see whether they are bots or real players, which we'll come on to shortly. I've been playing with Kurumi instead of one of the main characters, as it's more of a kind of healing character. At the moment there are some issues with the lobby frames per second, but once you're out of the lobby, you can see that we're pushing 30 to 60 frames per second quite happily. 60 frames per second is kind of norm here, but we do get dips down into the 30s occasionally. If you haven't played Naraka Bladepoint before, do hop into the demo, it's definitely worth it. These are huge 60-player Battle Royales with a huge twist. I would say that you are ninjas is probably the best way to put it, but it's probably so much more than that. You can take a ranged weapon as well as a melee weapon, or any combination of melee and ranged. You have these shops staggered around the map where killing gives you coins that you pick up from your enemies, and you can also climb up trees, buildings, mountains, you name it, you can climb it. So you got mixtures of grappling, specials, ranged and melee weapons. It does seem a bit overwhelming, but actually it's extremely fun to play. However, there are a ton of bots, and you do need to keep repairing your weapons. So there are no ammo as such, just durability. So once the durability runs out, you need to repair it. So you need weapon and armor repairs. As you can see here, they ignored me while I was repairing. And even though they are mid-battle, if they run low on health, they just run away from each other, which clearly indicates that these guys are bots. And we can tell more clearly with these generic names. You can see that it's just first name, last name slammed together, and obviously they're not acting like real players. So unfortunately there are a ton of bots in this, especially in the lower levels. Apparently that gets better the higher rank that you go up. So the more tiers that you go through to get used to the game, the more real players that you'll come across. So as this was touted over 1 million playtesters, it definitely still has some work to do, especially on the number of bots. I was waiting for a match for about a minute, and still most of my game was full of bots. So I've played a couple of full matches, and I've won both of them in trios. This match, I didn't really see my team very much, and you can tell that there are just so many bots because they storm into rooms like this. And then when you kill them again, you see those generic names. And they do just seem to run around in circles a lot of the time. So although the game is extremely fun, we do need more player aspects. As you'll see when we kill a few more people here. The great sword has huge range, but again you can see that generic name is a bot. And again another bot. So most of my opponents through this match were bots. I did see a few real players in my kill streaks, but it really does need a bit of work. The 1080 was performing absolutely perfect here, and I have played this on local PC as well. The lobby drops in frames per second are consistent across all platforms, and is a known issue that they are working on. The range of weapons and armors and kind of extra abilities that you can bolster your character with do take a bit of getting used to. You've got this kind of Pubg style inventory system, and you've also got the ability to counter as well as using your special abilities during these fights. But again, it takes quite a bit of getting used to because, as you can see, that was actually a real person for a change. And getting the counters right can make a huge difference against real players. But when you're playing against bots, as you see, they just kind of run off. So you can just take your time with them and plan your attack. Let us know what you think of Naraka Bladepoint and whether you're going to be hopping in. That was a fairly easy win, but it did take around 15 minutes for a full match. Hopefully with more players it would go a bit quicker, but the maps are quite big until they shrink down. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things cloud gaming, and we will see you next time.